begin our look at sports on the NBA hardwood, where the association returned from a memorable All-Star break last weekend. If you missed it, the 66th edition of the event saw the West defeat the East 192-182. That is not a typo in my script, folks. The hometown kid Anthony Davis scored 52 points, the most ever scored by a player in an All-Star game. The New Orleans Pelicans star was the headliner in New Orleans, taking home MVP honors. Side note, Bronx boy Kimball Walker had 7 points in his first All-Star game. The NBA trade deadline also included plenty of hometown cooking for the Pelicans, who added talented but often troubled star DeMarcus Cousins in a swap with the Sacramento Kings. The 26-year-old teams with Davis for a formidable front line in NOLA. That move came in the days leading up to the deadline, which wound up being quiet for the most part, with really only minor moves made. The Knicks opened the second half of the NBA season Thursday night in Cleveland, falling to the Cavs 119-104. Carmelo Anthony said it's frustrating not to know what direction the organization is going in. Melo, like Derrick Rose, of course, not moved Thursday by the Knicks. No trades for the orange and blue. Former Knicks star Charles Oakley, who has been feuding with team owner James Dolan, was a guest of Cavs owner Dan Gilbert last night. Interesting news there. Meanwhile, the Nets return tonight in Denver. It will be the first game without Bojan Bogdanovic, who was dealt to the Washington Wizards. He was having a career year and now joins a third-place team that could make some noise come the playoffs. He's a nice addition to the Wizard bench. The Nets also dealt Bronx native Chris McCullough in the deal. Sad to hear that, but happy for his likely improved chances at playing time moving forward in that system. The Wiz sent a lottery-protected 2017 first-rounder Marcus Thornton and Andrew Nicholson to Brooklyn. The Nets added K.J. McDaniels from Houston in a separate move. The college basketball season is really starting to cook, with March quickly approaching. The highlight of the week had to be Syracuse senior John Gillen and his buzzer-beating top-of-the-key three to sink Duke. Gillen led all scorers with 26 in the 78-75 final. The power rankings saw some movement on the college basketball circuit. Among the top teams in the country, North Carolina is on the rise with tourney time on tap. Gonzaga, Kansas, and Villanova also remain as top competitors on the men's side come March. On the ice, the New York Rangers delivered a 2-1 win over Toronto Thursday night. The Rangers will skate in New Jersey Saturday against the Devils. The Devils are coming off a 2-1 loss to Ottawa last time out. The Islanders handed Montreal a 3-0 loss Thursday night. They return to action in Columbus on Saturday. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Jet star Darrelle Revis. His hearing on charges stemming from an incident in Pittsburgh has been pushed back to March 15th. Former Rams Jets running back Zach Stacy announced his retirement this week. Stacy finished his career with 1,355 yards and 9 touchdowns. Former Giants lineman Jeff Schwartz, who didn't play last season, announced his retirement Tuesday at the age of 30. Goes to show what the NFL does to the human body, folks. Schwartz was a member of the Detroit Lions roster last season. After defeating the Atlanta Falcons to win their 5th Super Bowl title, the New England Patriots sit atop the early odds to win the Super Bowl next season. Those odds are at 5-1. Baseball diehard fans are reveling in the return of America's pastime. Spring training is always a great time of year, with hopes high for all of the teams. Here in the Big Apple, the Mets have 6 pitchers for 5 starting spots, but 5 of them have questions regarding health. The Amazons believe this could be the year everything breaks right with their rotation. Across town here in the Bronx, Yankee fans are excited for all of the rookies and prospects down on the farm that could be starring in the BX very soon. Shortstop, second baseman Gleyber Torres is on the fast track to the majors. He could make his debut in the Bronx sooner rather than later. He was the centerpiece return from the Cubs in the Aroldis Chapman deal. NASCAR fans won't want to miss the Daytona 500 this Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the 59th annual Daytona 500. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is among the top drivers in the starting lineup, but I'm going to take Austin Dillon, who is still hunting his first Cup victory in the race Sunday. Who doesn't love underdogs? In MMA, UFC fans are excited for next weekend's showdown in Las Vegas. UFC 209 will feature a strong card that includes a welterweight rematch between Tyrone Woodley and Stephen Thompson. Speaking of great fighters, happy 40th birthday to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Today is his 40th. Floyd is celebrating with a lavish weekend of events in California, which perfectly explains the flamboyant former champion. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for a quick note of congrats for another star. Last week, I wanted to send out congrats to Derek Jeter and his wife, Hannah Davis Jeter, on their announcement that the couple is expecting their first child, a baby girl. I didn't want the news to be buried inside the Roundup and, of course, wanted Derek and his family to get some love in the C-list. The couple made the announcement in an essay for the Players Tribune. Seriously, El Capitan does it right all the time. The 42-year-old Jeter, his 26-year-old supermodel, Sports Illustrated swimsuit wife, got married last year in Napa, California. Jeter finished his 20-year career with 5 World Series titles, and today he's showing success in the business world with projects like the Players Tribune. He's always expressed excitement for starting a family after his baseball career. If his resume in life is any indicator, Derek Jeter will make one heck of a dad. Congrats, Jeets, you son of a gun. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.